Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Cold night in 1984, but the Colts are back, and we're underway in Baltimore. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give to Taylor.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, with that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And a short gain down to about the 33. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That will allow them to disrupt the play.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He's going to try and do this himself. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or 2 shy. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Colts, Nyheim Hines. 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. Malik Harrison on the tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd down at 5. They're going to look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. He's got Jack Doyle. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to lift the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Pope. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll go option to the short side. Space to run past the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And a loose football. And the offense is able to pounce on it inside the 5-yard line.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run this one in, and they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens have taken the lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And the Colts coming out now. They'll look to throw here on first down. This to Hines on the drop-off. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, it's Taylor. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. 2nd and 5. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now back to throw. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he is going to have a Colts first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw again. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Looking to throw. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to run with Taylor. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there, so I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So now it's third and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to line up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. Blankenship's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everybody to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for the second half, and we are too, as we'll kick it right back out to Brandon and Charles.
Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Murphy. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now a handoff here to his running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll go option on second down, right side. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This from 42 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Here's 2nd and 10. This is Hines. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 4. Over the middle, complete. It's Pope. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Well, we're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll look to throw again. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Murphy. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 36.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Grover Stewart able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's to the 10, and they can't bring him down. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Colts are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On second down, there's the option going left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. They'll set up a throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Haven't heard much from him all night, but welcome to the party, making his presence felt in a big way.
They've kept him under wraps all night long, but boy, did he find a great time to bust out.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Pope. 7 yards, the pickup there.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. 2nd and 3. Rolling to his right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Push him back. Push him back. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now it's 2nd and 9. He's going to try and take off with it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. 2 for 2 tonight. This will be for the win. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. The clock showing just one tick. This for the win. And he got it. Justin Tucker boots it through and plays the role of hero. And joy will reign in the Inner Harbor as the Ravens have won it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? Those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.